Hello, everybody. It's John Johnston. I'm here with the Pulse of Husker Nation. Throughout this season, I've asked survey questions of the Nebraska fan base. And I purposely asked the same question throughout the season just to see how much I could gauge how the Nebraska fan base felt around wins and losses. Around a single question, and that is Nebraska going in the right direction under Matt Rhule? So the first time I asked this question was way back in September 15th. And if you remember back then, that was when Nebraska started 0-2 with losses to Minnesota and Colorado. And there were a lot of people that felt we should have hired Dion and you could turn around a team in one season and, oh, look at the magic that was happening in Colorado. I asked that question in a survey, and what came out was 77, as you can see, 77% of Nebraska fans thought that the program was heading in the right direction despite us being 0-2. And then I asked that question again in mid-November, and that was right when, after Nebraska had lost to Maryland in another 13-10 loss at the last play of the game. And it was even higher. 91% of Nebraska fans felt like the program was headed in the right direction under Matt Rhule. And then obviously now we've ended the season. We're lost to Iowa, which was very heartbreaking. 13-10 loss on the last play of the game again, which this is all amazing in its own right, but we're focusing on the surveys. I asked again, and what I got was 89% of Nebraska fans feel like the program is moving in the right direction. So it only dropped slightly at the end of the year. And I mean, 89% is still pretty impressive. So if you're going to have an argument out there about like, hey, we need to unite the fan base, I would say that 89% or 91% before either one of those two, that's a pretty united fan base. You can argue about it as much you want. 11% of us seem to be very loud about being negative, and those are the ones that we kind of listen to the most, I think. But 89%, come on. The fan base is united under Matt Rhule. I don't think there's much of an argument about that. Now, the other question I did ask this past week was, is the 2023 Nebraska football season a success or failure? And I'm going to pause. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. What do you think of the I know I already did a video about this, but seeing the poll and seeing the survey results is, I think, interesting. So 58% of Nebraska fans said that the season was a success. I know there's a lot of negativity that we didn't get to a bowl game, but I think that's 58-42 is a pretty healthy majority. I'm not going to go into statistics of that. If that's an overwhelming landslide, I wouldn't call it a landslide. I would say that there's a good majority of people feeling like this was a successful season. And maybe that's an indication that people are more realistic about how far we have to go to rebuild this football team. I'm interested in your thoughts. Let me know what you're thinking about these survey results or anything else for that matter, because I know the diehards only watch till the end of these things. And, you know, if you have any topics you'd like us to cover during the off season, why don't you let us know? I have thought heavily about the future of college athletics because I think it's in peril and nil, and there seems to be a lot of misconceptions about how nil works. And maybe we could discuss that a little further, clear up any questions you might have, any other topics. Let me know. Thank you. And thank you for your support, and go Big Red. Yay.